As a 5-year-old boy fights for his life in the hospital, we're learning new chilling details about the man accused of throwing him off a balcony at the Mall of America in Minneapolis. 24-year-old Emmanuel Aranda, he'll be in court later today, where prosecutors will seek a $2 million bail. He's charged with attempted murder here. And according to the complaint, Aranda went to the mall the day before with intent to kill an adult, but that plan didn't work out. He then returns the following day and chose the 5-year-old little boy at random. Aranda allegedly told police rejection from women caused him to lash out. Let's bring in now criminal defense attorney R.J. Emmanuel Aranda. Thank you for being with us today, RJ. Talk about a $2 million bond. Is that high enough here?
Well, Cheyenne, the 8th Amendment of the Constitution of the United States guarantees bail. You can't just have no bail unless you have certain circumstances like a death penalty, and this is not a death penalty case. So excessive bail is not warranted under the 8th Amendment. And in fact, in Minnesota, you have Article 1, Section 5 that says bail has to be also granted. I think the bail is warranted. I don't think that this person is going to be able to come up with $2 million bail. The whole purpose of bail is to secure his presence in court, but the judge also takes into account other factors such as the threats to society, the chances that if he's released, if he'll commit any harm, his prior criminal record, whether he has any, and in this case he does have a prior record. He has an arrest warrant, so that's going to be considered. That's why the bail was at $1 million. And also other factors such as whether he has any mental health offenses, whether he has any types of family communities or ties, whether he has a job, and things of that nature. So the judge considers all of that in determining the bail. So I don't think it's not warranted. I think it is actually the correct bail for this case.
And what about, according to the criminal complaint at least, he's already confessed to this. You know, what will be his defense now?
The only defense that I could see is whether or not he has any mental health issues. I would argue that somebody like this that goes and takes a child in front of a mother and tosses the baby over with no empathy and no feeling must have some sort of mental problems. If he doesn't, he has a defense problem because there are no defenses in this case. So my approach would be to have him mentally examined, and if he doesn't have any mental health defenses, then I would contact the prosecutor and immediately try to negotiate a deal, because prosecutors give better deals up front as opposed to when you fight the charges.
And then his criminal past, you know, it sounds like there's a lot of violence in his past. How will that play a role in this?
Well, it's going to aggravate his case. In fact, they're filing for aggravated charges, according to the criminal complaint in this case. And that's not going to help him. That's going to actually add more time to his charges, which right now is looking at 20 to life. So if his lawyer wants a better deal for him, it's going to be very hard, because he's got a 2016 case, he's got an assault case. There's a case where he chased somebody around a restaurant with a knife, which shows his propensity for violence. So he's going to have to really file a good mitigating report. And basically that means all the good things about Aranda have to come out in order for him to get a much better offer. But at this point, with the other two charges, it's going to be an uphill climb for the defense attorneys in this case.
I mean, going from even that criminal history to this extreme, I mean, who would think that anything like this would happen? R.J. Emmanuel Aranda, thank you so much for your expertise.